Right, welcome one and all to the first edition of Team Talk. Throughout this series I'll be chatting with a bunch of different players from the Grid community, getting their thoughts on how team building works, how they construct the best squad in game. Hopefully this will provide you listeners some helpful insight into the whole process. Without further ado, let me introduce my first guest, Pride Talk's own Akaragitsune. Welcome Akaragitsune, thanks for coming on.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, that's great. Obviously, you're a long-standing player in Grid.
Yeah. I've been playing about a year and a half now. I picked the game up February of last year, about when the pandemic started.
yeah, I think that's been the same for a lot of people. I remember I picked up the game around about that time as well.
Good online makes it a really good pandemic game.
That is true. Play Battle for Grid, everyone. It's got rollback.
Small shill there.
Small shill. That's how it goes. Obviously this series is about team building and kind of sort of getting like insights into the whole process of how it all works, how people construct their teams, what thought goes into it. And you're one of the players who always has a very distinct team. What are you running currently?
So currently in tournaments, I'm playing Eric Jason Dog.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm the only person playing that team right now in a competitive.
It's definitely a team that stands out.
It's a lot of fun. It took a while to land there, though. It was the team's gone through a lot of variations.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting thing in Grid where you can just run through tons of different characters and tons of different teams, trying to settle on the right one. Talk us through some of his variations. How did you end up where you're at right now? Yeah,
so when I started playing the game, I have always played Eric Dog. That team has been like my bread and butter since day one. I thought Dog was so cool, and then Eric, what can I say? I'm a Devil May Cry simp. Like, I don't have much more to say other than I really like Dan Southworth. But the first variation of the team I played in this order. It was Ranger Slayer, Eric Dog, and it was horrible. It was like one of the worst teams I've ever played. And then after that, I dropped the RS for Jen, and I played Jen Dog Eric. And in hindsight, I probably should have stuck with that. That was probably like the best version of the team. Maybe not in that order, but like it was pretty good. And then I played Eric Cat. That's one that people remember is the Eric Cat era, because all I did was cat played people.
Shoutouts to Boombot, yeah.
Shoutouts to Boombot.
Definitely a strat.
But after that, that's when we landed on Jason. And I can't really remember what it was that made me want to play Jason. I think people were complaining about the blaster loops being hard. And I think that was like really bothering me.
So you had something to prove.
Yeah, so I like sat down and I learned how to do the blaster loops. And they aren't that hard. And then I ended up really liking what Jason Assist brings to the team and kind of how he fit into how I wanted to play the game, which is I don't want to play the game. I just want to not play neutral.
And that's one of the great things about Jason. Like, he's a character who's not particularly strong in Grid, but he's got some really nice ways of just getting in close, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's really good at closing gaps. Yeah, for sure.
Right, so that's sort of where you ended up. What you were just saying about how you like to not play any neutral and just essentially get in people's faces all the time. How do you sort of effectively do that with your squad? What sort of run through your general game plan?
Yeah, so like the basic schematic, the formula for the team, because it really is like it's a flow chart. So the idea is that I want to get Eric into as safe a position as possible. So between 3/4 of the screen away and full screen. And then I'm just gonna shoot the gun. I shoot the gun, and then I can call an assist. And the idea is, if I call the assist and they've jumped to a point where it's risky for me to tag or like Eric's in danger, I can do like Eric 6S, or I can go straight into Airblade. Or I can just tag, and it's essentially a reaction time mix-up.
Okay.
It's not like a real mix-up. It's like, hey, I'm in your face now. Guess.
Yeah.
And it works kind of with the whole team.
Okay.
Because the way you play that team is like You can do it with Jason too. Like Jason, you do the back roll, you shoot the gun, and you call dog, and you've got the same basic game plan there. It's just, I think the version with Jason's probably a little better because of how slow the gunshots are, so they're like a constant threat.
Yeah, and that's definitely, like, you get a ton of like tag out projectiles in Grid. It's sort of kind of, you always get that sort of dichotomy between it being either directly in your face or it's something you're gonna have to deal with. Something like, I think probably the biggest example of it is something like Chun-Li's EX Fireball, which just floats across the screen.
Yeah, the durability, it's not slow, but it's not like fast, so it's something that is an imminent threat, and also you have to think about dealing with it further down the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Chun-Li Fireball's insane.
That is, absolutely true.
But yeah, that's kind of the general flow chart for the team, and then it always ends with tagging back into Eric either for the kill, because... Oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention, Jason is a really good battery, so basically any character I get the hit with, you're dying, because I'm going to have an assist up if it's Jason, and if it's not, the other two just kill.
Yeah, and I guess that's another really great point in team building as well, is it's really great to compensate for the character's sort of traditional weaknesses, obviously for the rest of your squad. So with Jason, who's practically kind of quite a low damage character, sort of a low mix character as well.
Yes.
Having characters that use the meter that he builds well is pretty vital, I guess, in terms of placing him on a squad.
Yeah, I approached it more like building a team in KOF than in like a Marvel. Yeah.
Okay.
So having like that dedicated battery role.
Yeah.
That was the basic theory, at least.
With that sort of general game plan, have you come across like any specific synergies that kind of really stood out to you that, over the course of just playing with a team?
As far as really specific stuff, there's a lot of goofy stuff. Like the incoming synergy for Eric, it's so dumb in Sword. Like the forward moving assist of Jason's forward moving assist, plus the fact that what is it? Quantum displace, the 6S.
Yeah, the one
the fact that makes you like completely invisible because of the trail is so dumb. It's like, it's quote unquote synergy because you just become invisible and they're guessing.
I mean, a large part of Grid just is like filling the screen of tons of absolute nonsense.
Yeah, it's just visual noise and saying guess, haha, got him, GG's. But other than that, like I mentioned, the team is really good for Jason in specific because it makes a character who is aggressively okay and does like low damage. It makes him kind of shine because he builds so much bar when he gets a hit. It is absurd how much meter that man builds. He just can't find a way to dump it. So having two characters who are really good meter sinks really does a lot for Jason in particular. Yeah,
absolutely. And that is absolutely the name of the game of Eric and Dog, isn't it? Both ridiculous damage engines once you get a meter up.
Yep, once you get to that like 2.5 bars, 2.5 for Dog, because you need about that much. Once you get there, Dog can just throw bar at you.
Absolutely. So where do you think the team really shines? So you've got this sort of mix of, I guess, running up close and pretty strong zoning options as well.
I think the team, the zoning options are definitely stronger than the upfront options because the team doesn't really. There's not a lot of mix on the team, if I'm being real. Like it's all strike throw. I don't have great lows. Although I got like Jason 2L and Dog 5L, but like neither of those characters have overheads.
Yeah, that's true. I guess the only overhead you really have in that is tagging off Dog assist.
Tag off Dog assist. I've got like Eric 6H. But that's that like the team really shines when I just get to sit back and shoot the gun, especially if I have 2 bars, because they just die. Like the great thing about the team is that any hit I get while zoning is a dead character.
Can you pick up off Eric's zoning with Jason assist as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
so the biggest part of the game plan is shooting that gun 5 times and tagging into Jason.
Yeah.
Because at any point on the screen, Jason can do either 1 or 2 plinked dashes to catch with 5H into launcher.
Brilliant. Again,
and then if I have dog up, they die.
Makes zoning so scary as well, Eric.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Who do you think you're most comfortable with on the team? Which character?
That's tough. I don't. Probably Eric. I've probably labbed Eric the most. I don't think that should come as a surprise to anyone who's looked in the Eric channel.
You have literally wrote the Eric Bible.
I did literally write the Quantum Bible, that's true. But Jason isn't far behind. I never feel out of my comfort zone even playing solo Jason, even though I know he sucks. I would say, even though I've been playing him longer than Jason, Dog, if I had to pick like a least comfortable character, it would be Dog.
Okay. What is it about a dog that sort of throws you a little bit, do you think?
It was the thing from last patch. It was the change to backdash cancel. Because it changed how I input my backdash cancels, so now like my muscle memory kind of doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I have to actively think more when I'm routing for Dog.
Which is just not what you want. You want to think as little as possible when you're in the middle of a combo.
Right. The only things I want to be thinking about are what states I've used, not that I have to do the new thing.
Yeah. So as for your team in general, so you've talked about where it sort of shines. Where do you think it kind of really falls flat, and sort of what sort of matchups do you tend to struggle with?
So as far as like where the team falls flat void of a matchup, there are 2 spots I can think of in particular. One is if Eric dies, the team starts to really just like crumble from beneath itself.
Yeah.
Because I mentioned that you can do the same idea with Jason Dog, but having to play Jason Dog really, that one ain't it, Chief. That team is not not the move.
Yeah.
And the other is when they're right on top of Eric, I have no get off me buttons. If they're on top of Eric or they're on top of Dog, neither of them have a good get off me button. And as far as matchups go, the main ones I can think of are, even though on paper, Eric, the team destroys like Goldar on paper.
Yeah.
It is a nightmare to keep Goldar out. Sometimes I just don't think it's possible. Like, if the Eric isn't playing perfect, the Goldar is gonna smack you in the mouth eventually.
That is
just
often
because.
the case.
Yeah, just because like the range on Jump L, Jump H is huge. 5M, I've been hit by Dash 5M so many times. I have been Goldar 4S'd out of Quantum Leap.
Oof.
Like, that's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, that is pretty nasty.
Yeah. Other than that, though, the only notably terrible matchup, because I can't say RJ anymore, because Jason Assist makes RJ kind of not a problem for me, is it's Zed, specifically when he has 2 bars. Because Zed with 2 bars punishes you for doing what the team wants to do, which is backing up and abusing assist calls.
That's fair. How do you feel that's going to change with Adam on the scene as well?
I think Adam is going to give me the exact same issue because Adam 4SH is the funny move.
Yeah. I was thinking, because that's Zed without meter, essentially.
Yeah, it's meterless Zed. Although, the nice thing is that when I tag, when I see Adam 4SH happen, I don't get the tag eaten because it's not a super.
Yeah, that's fair. So you can throw in a few fail safes.
I can, yeah. And also, like, with Adam, there's enough time that I can react. It's not quite like Zed Super, where, like, if I'm back to corner, Zed Super is frame 1.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really react to it back to corner. People tell you can tag. I have mashed assist. I have clips of me mashing assist, and it just doesn't.
As a Zed player, I can only lost.
Yeah, but yeah, that's like, I guess I would throw Adam in there. I think Adam is gonna be a tough matchup for the team after people really figure out how neutral with Adam is gonna be played.
Yeah, and we're probably not really gonna see that until the next patch, I imagine.
Probably. Poisandra waiting room, I guess.
I guess so. But we'll see how all that goes. So mentioning sort of the frustrations you're having with Dog recently, do you have any plans in the future in regards to the team? Are you looking to perhaps change it, or are you perhaps looking to find any secondaries to deal with different matchups?
Yeah, actually, I'm thinking about, on the main team, taking Dog off and having him as kind of like a situational thing. I've been messing around with Ryu a lot. Ryu is wild. That assist really lets Eric do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Like, it hurts to drop Dog. I love Dog. Yeah. He's so much fun. He's like one of the coolest characters in the game. But I want to win, man. Like, I'm trying to win sometimes. Buff Dog, please, Shady K. And I tried Adam. I do like Adam a lot. I tried him because the assist was similar and I wanted a different character. But I'm gonna level with you. Nothing does Dog Assist quite the way Dog Assist does it.
Dog Assist is pretty unique and just a feeling.
Yeah, it's the biggest issue I had with Adam Assist was the float. And that the hitbox is so specific on it when it hits the ground.
Yeah, Dog is quite direct, I find. You tag him in and he's there and you're instantly pressuring him overhead.
Yeah, with Adam, like, you float forward and then you kind of have this weird moment where you're like, I'm in the air now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ryu's on the main team. Dog's getting put on the side team. He's getting put on the bench for a little while.
He'll be back, I'm sure.
He will.
One of these days.
Hey, you might see him at Frosty.
Oh, nice. That's definitely going to be a good, fun time. Offline Dog is going to be fun to watch when people play Dog.
Offline Dog is so much fun. But yeah, that's where I'm at with changing characters on the team.
Sounds good. Again, Ryu is crazy. Be interesting to see what he brings to the squad. Do you have any sort of specific things you've already discovered with Ryu? That's crazy. Apart from just assist is crazy, obviously.
Yeah, I already found a couple routes for doing damage engine stuff just to keep the aspect of Jason is the meter builder and is designed entirely to tag into someone.
Yeah.
I found, funny enough, I have dismissed Vacation Eric for so long. He's really good at setting up the teleport punch. If you call the assist at the right time during gunshots, you can get the teleport punch, and you can get the most optimal Eric 5S confirm.
Brilliant. I mean, that's all. We love to see Vacation Eric. At least I love to see Vacation Eric. I'm sure other people do as well. But yeah, that sounds exciting. That sounds good for the future. Good to watch out for Frosties as well. That's going to be a fun offline to watch.
It is.
Definitely.
It's, as far as I'm aware, it's pretty stacked right now.
It's definitely going to be.
That's exciting.
Good time to watch. But yeah, coming to the end of this, have you got anything else you'd like to add? Any things we think we might have missed out?
Red has no mix. Buff Dog. Don't nerf Eric. Smile.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's all I got.
Buff Dog. Yeah, I agree. Great. Well, thanks for coming on. Where can people find you if they want to follow you and see what you do?
You can find me on Twitter, and I think my YouTube handle is the same. Same thing with Twitch, actually. All of my handles should be just Akaragitsune. That's me.
Excellent. Well, yeah, thanks for coming on. Great to have you just chatting about your team. Tons of great stuff there.
Yeah, thank you so much again for having me on. It was a pleasure.
Pleasure to have you. And guys, if you're watching this and it's still not December, remember to sign up for Battle for the Beardies. I'm just going to shout that out right now.
Oh my God, you're right. Wow, how did I forget to shout out Battle for the Beardies 2? Wow.
Battle for the Beardies 2 happening, I believe, on the 19th of December. Charity tournament. I believe it'll be for the Bearded Dragon Foundation. Horsey Chibunzo, another good friend, is running it. I'm sure Akaragitsune is going to be helping with production. Yeah, Bakara will be streaming it on aforementioned channel. So yeah, look out for that, sign up for that, and yeah, we'll see you guys all in the next episode. And yeah, enjoy.
Can't see it, but I'm doing finger guns right now.